The national dialogue processes have been kick-started with this weekend induction of the steering committee. NEDLAC has moved swiftly to dismiss allegations of over 700 million rands being needed to hold the dialogue across the country.
There is no 700 million that have been given to manage for purposes of the national dialogue. Thank you. And I, as I've already said, I believe that it is possible to get things done without necessarily going into too much budget. But the flip side is also true. I mean, how much do we spend to get elections going? How much do we give the IEC? The CEO of the IEC is a friend of mine for almost 35 years. But that he is given the amount of money that he is given to manage our elections, because such is the importance of making sure that those activities are successful. Yes. And maybe a case can be made that 700 million is not enough for the national dialogue. But we are not there as Ecolab. We just need to get this thing going. We need to go to communities.
The chairperson of the National Dialogue Eminent Persons Group says the dialogue must not be personalized, as South Africa is sitting on a heap of unfulfilled developmental projects the country was on. Professor Maluleke stated that South Africans are demanding a country they deserve, labelled in the Constitution and National Development Plan.
Today, in this place, on this occasion, the citizens-led nature of the national dialogue takes shape and does so concretely. The National Dialogue Steering Committee is the most representative grouping of citizens from as many sectors of our society as possible. By virtue of its representativity, this body has the moral authority, the sectoral breadth, and the societal embeddedness necessary for it to administer and to coordinate our national dialogue process. And yet, for the National Dialogue Steering Committee, representativity is never finished and clear. Instead, representativity is always under construction. This is because for a body like the steering committee and a process as pivotal as the national dialogue, nothing less than the most radical forms of inclusivity will ever suffice. For this reason, there must always be room and space for more sectors and more forms of representation inside of the steering committee.
Former President Thabo Mbeki, addressing Umkhonto weSizwe Liberation War veterans, whose foundation was part of those that walked out of the National Convention, says the national dialogue must continue in order to defeat counter-revolution that is operating in the country.
The national dialogue must not take place. We've got to make sure it takes place, because we can't allow that the country continues to be dictated to by the counter-revolution.
So Ramaphosa applauded the Eminent Persons Group for being part of the focal point of reshaping South Africa to a nation that all shall be prosperous and not just a selective few. Over the next few days, the steering committee will engage on how the national dialogue will be rolled out across the country. Samkele Masego, SABC News, Pretoria.